necessarily gonna have a gimmick. I'm actually kind of nervous for this video, but I'm actually really excited. This is the day that I go to my final military ball. Well, it's a dine out, but I mean potato, right? And I kind of have no clue what I'm gonna wear, but I know my hair is gonna look like. So if up here looks good, then I'll be fine. Can you meet my sister? She looked me in my face and was like, "That's how you're going?" Obviously not. I'm gonna be doing rollers. And I thought this was a great opportunity, not only to show you guys my roller process, but also to show you guys that I do commit. And that I am gonna do a movie review because I'm doing it right now. These are my notes. You probably cannot read them, but they're basically notes about Teen Titans. I know, Yana, you're such a genius. Thank y'all. But basically, I decided to do Teen Titans because, I don't know, I was watching it and I was like, that would be a really fun commentary because I love both shows. I grew up watching Teen Titans Go, but I recently started watching, well, not recently, but I mostly started watching Teen Titans. If you see me look above, there's a mirror. Teen Titans has always been seen to me as the kind of the better one because it's like actually has a story. My friend told me that Teen Titans was actually canceled because it was too violent for children. And my thing is, they could have just upped the thing, right? And I know Cartoon Network is like for cartoons, but still, you know, Disney literally had a boys section. Disney XD. Like, what? And they had the better shows, which is crazy. They had the better shows. So unfair. Like, they had Gravity Falls. They had regular show, I'm pretty sure. No, that's Cartoon Network. But they had Gravity Falls. That's alone. That alone. This is a bottle full of water. Rollers they work best with water. You can use water and conditioner, but I'm going to be using water separately and then adding some conditioner throughout my whole head. A little though, so it doesn't become weighed down. We want them to be fluffy. Sometimes I do just water, but it works. It lasts longer, and when I comb the curls out, they stay more curly if I use product. But literally, what was I talking about? This is gonna happen a lot. Like, I realize that I'm not a very structured person. Like, I really tried to do like a more structured movie review. Like, my notes literally broke down like every single change of scenery. It's literally in here. Let me show you guys. But I quickly realized that it was hard for me to follow, and my ideas were just kind of confusing to me. Like Sleepy Hollow, 1999, with Johnny Depp in it. Like, I wrote down the main characters, what's going on in the plot. Like, I have like pages and pages of notes, but they're just so confusing to me. And then I actually did a small piece where I was doing my makeup, and I was talking about heated rivalry. Let me know if you guys want to have a discussion about that. I don't think I'm ready for that, but let me know. But I was basically talking about heated rivalry, and I was just so natural with my ideas. And I realized, like, my ideas are kind of on the spot. Like, it's more easy for me to come up with something on the spot than read off of notes that I have to memorize. Because I'm a pretty good improviser. Well, it's not really improvising. It's kind of just like I'm thinking. Oh, this is what I'm using, by the way. I'm kind of just thinking, and it's so much easier for me to have a good movie review when I don't have my stuff too structured. So I basically just wrote down the ideas I want to do, and I'm using that as a guide to make sure I stay on track a little. But there's going to be a lot of rants. There's going to be a lot of random stuff that I talk about. But I'll probably cut it out because if I can go on anything, I can go on a rant. But anyway, I think I was talking about Disney, and I'm not going to finish a lot of them. So, shoot, let me know if you guys want me to talk about them more. I love Gravity Falls. It's such a good show. But Disney was wrong for that. Basically, I'm going to section it and just do the back to the front. And I'm doing this so early. I need to leave at 6, and I'm going to get ready around 3. Like, do my makeup and stuff and comb my hair out because I need the rollers to dry. They're going to be very wet. I even have a bowl of water for Teen Titans. We know it. We love it. If you don't know it, you're way too young to be watching my videos. But I personally think it's the better version of Teen Titans Go. I grew up watching Teen Titans Go, Robin doing stupid fucking dances, getting bullied by his teammates, the people he once led to do amazing action-packed adventures. Like, and a lot of Teen Titans Go is based off of Teen Titans, Dedoy. But I mean that in the sense that they'll take their episodes and make them more child-friendly or take out all of the hard and everything about it. I'm not exactly sure if Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go have the same voice actors, but I think Robin might be the same and Cyborg and Beast Boy might be the same. I don't think Raven is the same. I'm not sure. I'll throw it up on the screen. Like, if I ever have like a curious thought, I'll probably throw up the answer on the screen if I remember. I'm going to show you guys the order I'm going to do it so you guys can be ready and I don't have to keep telling you. First, we're going to section. Water. Doesn't have to be too drenched, but make sure it's in there. Brush. I recommend doing this on already washed hair. My hair is already washed, but you know, gotta make sure that the rollers can spin through your hair. Roller. Wet it in the bowl. I'm not gonna pick it up because I don't want it to spill. But wet it. Make sure you spin it in there. Get every surface wet. Tap off the excess. See? Look at that. And then we're gonna take a smaller section. My sections aren't that small. It's about that much hair. But I don't have a lot of hair. Like my cousin, she has a lot of hair. And we ran out of rollers for her. Like, it's crazy. We're going to start at the base. And we're going to roll upward. Some of them are going to roll down. But for this one, we're going to roll up. The first one is kind of tricky because it doesn't have anything to anchor onto. But it's okay. Because they'll become more. Then we're going to slide it down. Get the hair to rub through the roller. And then when it's flat into the roller, we're going to curl it upward. Like that. Don't worry about flyaways. I don't really care. But if you care a lot, re-roll it as many times as you want until it's perfect. And then we're going to take this and we're going to put it up. Make sure you start at the base. Not up here, down here. And then you're going to stick it up through your hair and through the roller. And then it'll stay. Like so. And those are going to be reinforced more when you put more rollers in. So I will tell you about that later. But Robin, he was nuked. And it's not a question if he was nuked. It's a definitely. His character was taken down from its pedestal of cool uniqueness to being basically a punching bag for the actual superpowered teenagers on the team. And I think that's actually really crazy. But we're not talking about too much about Robin's nuking today. We're going to be focusing on 2 specific episodes from season 2 of Teen Titans because I haven't finished the show. Disclaimer, this like think piece or whatever is from the perspective of someone who isn't a super big DC fan. I'm definitely more of a Marvel fan, but I'm also not a big superhero buff. I don't really watch a lot of superhero things. So if I'm wrong, please let me know. And I'm kind of just saying this from the perspective of someone who grew up watching Teen Titans Go and watched Teen Titans and is realizing that Robin deserves better. And that Robin is a really cool character that they could have really helped more in the show, but they didn't. The first thing we're going to be focusing on is the romance aspect of these two episodes. The two episodes are Date with Destiny and Transformation. I love Date with Destiny. It is literally my favorite episode so far and probably ever. I remember watching it as a kid when I first discovered that Teen Titans Go was not the first. And it is just such a good representation of Robin's epic, astronomical nuking. And it's just so fascinating episode. And it's also really, really fun. Because I love romance. I'm a very big romance person. I may not be into superheroes, but I love romance. It's awesome. And I know a lot about that. So maybe I will actually do my Sleepy Hollow episode and not be scared of it anymore because of the egregious amount of notes that I decided to take. For the ones at the top, once you get some room, you're going to start putting them downward, not upward. See? A little shake. Don't move your head too much now. It's not that strong, but it is a little better. And don't be scared to do this and think that you're bad. Like, you'll literally never get better if you don't try. So you'll never know until you try. That's one of my favorite things to say. I don't know why I didn't make that my senior quote. My senior quote was, sometimes your best is the best you can do. I think that's what it was. And actually, I thought it was from Pinocchio because there was this one Pinocchio movie that made me literally cry. I don't remember the name of it, but it was more realistic. It was more like a stop motion kind of thing, and he looked like really realistic, and he had like all these beautiful swirls on his wood, and it was just a really good movie. And I think it was based in the time of World War II, I want to say. It was definitely a world war because he got bombed. Like, it was horrific. And I love that movie so much. It's so beautiful because of like the realistic nature of the grief, because of all the things that were happening in the world and him just wanting someone to love. It was amazing. But that was my senior quote. But the senior quote is actually from Shrek, which is honestly a perfect portrayal of my life. I thought my senior quote was from Pinocchio, a beautiful movie that's poetic and gorgeous, but it's actually from Shrek. So, Shrek is pretty poetic too, so let me not even hate. Like, holy commentary about loving yourself and loving others. Beautiful. But anyways, let me focus. In these two episodes, we're going to give you a quick rundown of these two episodes. Date with Destiny, it comes before Transformation. It's like right before. Like, it's 1 and then 2. Date with Destiny, basically, there's this new villain we're introduced to, Hawkmoth. He's in Teen Titans Go. And he basically is gonna, like, release all these fucking larva bugs into the city. And then he hears his daughter screaming. And I personally love this trope. I love when villains are really good parents, or he's not a very good parent, like he's kind of distant, like you can tell like he's kind of a permissive parent, but it's actually really sweet. Like, I'm talking like Dr. Doofenshmirtz level I love my child. She's crying because her boyfriend broke up with her, and she's like really cut up about it, and he's like, oh baby, I'm so sorry that happened to you. And she's like, bitch, you're gonna get me a new man. You're getting me a new man. And he's like, oh shit, okay. And she's like, I want him to be cool, I want him to be really awesome. And I actually thought it was really fun and like a really good contrast when Hawkmoth basically let like some of the bugs out to get the Titans' attention, and then he like intercomed into their tower, which it shouldn't be that easy to get into like the intercom of your tower, but whatever. Or he basically introduced himself, and he was like, you're gonna take this girl out on a date, or I'm gonna fuck up this city, baby. He didn't specifically say like, oh, this is my daughter, as you can see with Robin's surprise later in the episode. Robin's like, bitch, I'm not doing that. And then he's like, well, I'm gonna destroy the city if you don't, so your move. And Starfire, she's so angry. She like, and I really love the artistic style of Teen Titans, way better than Teen Titans Go. Like, they're more kind of realistic. Well, they're more anime-esque. And it's really sweet. This one also fell out. And she, like, takes off her hand and she slaps her. Starfire is basically like, is this a duel? Because if it's a duel, he got that. He got that. But Robin's like, it's a date. Like, I have to go on a date with her. And Starfire is like, how the fuck now? But he's like, I gotta do what I gotta do. So he accepts. He's like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna go on this date. Robin, he's not having it. Since day one, he took his R-cycle. And I have stuff to say about that motorcycle. Like, him and that motorcycle, baby, he loved that motorcycle. And that motorcycle loved him. He basically shows up to the prom. Starfire is there. And she's like in this beautiful purple dress. She looks absolutely gorgeous. She's looking pretty as hell. Robin's like, ooh, okay, bitch. I see you. I see you. And she looks really good. And in other episodes, Starfire is seen to like Robin quite a bit. But she probably doesn't understand how it is for other people. Because she does love things. She's a very excited alien. And Robin, he's just so handsome and so awesome and so great. So I kind of understand. I get her. But she's basically at this dance. And then this bitch, they're sitting. And then she's like, you have to dance with me. And she's basically taking him through it. Going through the fucking motions. He's like, get me the fuck out of here. And then there's a villain later, like earlier in the episode, that they were fighting. And because he was stealing fucking jewelry. And he is literally a spider. Like a whole spider, all legs, with a human body. And I mean like a big ass fucking spider. And that is later revealed to be that bitch's boyfriend. And that is revealed to be Kitty's boyfriend. I actually think that is like sweet as hell. She's dating a dude that is part like fucking spider. Because I feel like it's because her dad is moth. And it's like a normal thing in psychology with like people that they'll date somebody that doesn't like resemble their siblings or their like parents, but like they have like similar attributes about them because they find those to be things that are comfortable and make them happy. She likes guys who are part fucking monster or part like animal because her dad is part animal and she loves her dad. Like, that's really sweet. That's part of the reason why so many black people or colored people hate themselves. Because their parents hate their color. And they're, like, all about, like, Eurocentric beauty. Could never be my mom. But anyway, in this episode, you can really see how Starfire loves Robin. Like, how she, like, ride or dies for Robin. And in Teen Titans Go, they kind of frame it as Robin being, like, obsessed with Well, he is obsessed with Starfire and Teen Titans Go. But it's it's not a mutual thing. Like, Starfire loves Robin, too. Robin, if anything, is less loving. Well, not less loving of Starfire, but he, like, doesn't obsess over her as much. They frame it as if Robin is like this weird character who is obsessed with Starfire and Starfire literally wants nothing to do with him. When in the original Teen Titans, Starfire likes Robin just as much as Robin likes her. And I don't even know if Robin is all that into her. He seems to just be like a very, yes, my team, I love my team, me and my team, teaming it up, team. Like, he seems to just really like his team. And I don't know if it's like a specific thing with Starfire that he likes, but I feel like he likes her just as much as she likes him. But they didn't do that in Teen Titans Go. Probably because they wanted him to be portrayed as a loser. And I have no clue why that could possibly be what they were thinking. Like, literally dangerous as hell. As long as the front looks good, the back is none of my problem. And that's another thing. Beast Boy and Raven were able to have their little bout with romance in Teen Titans Go. And in Teen Titans, I don't really catch like a vibe. Well, I catch a vibe where Raven and Beast Boy kind of have something going on. Like, they definitely bicker enough for them to have something. Like, Beast Boy's always worried about Raven. Just like similar to how Robin is always worried about Starfire. But in Teen Titans Go, they all have a good platonic relationship if they aren't like prescribed to be together. Like Raven and Robin, they have a good relationship. Like I remember I was watching this episode where Raven basically had a vision after Tara bumped into her. And we're going to be talking about Tara and Slade more later. But she had a vision while Tara walked past her and bumped into her. And Robin like put his hand on her shoulder and was like, "Are you okay?" And I thought that was really sweet. Because it's not like in a romantic way. He cares about her because that's his friend. And that's what I feel like a Teen Titans is supposed to be about. Being, like, finding family. Because these teens, they are basically on their own. Like, they're kind of one of a kind. And I know Robin isn't in the slightest one of a kind. Like, there's, like, 4 Robins. But they're like, kind of on their own. The person who's not necessarily completely on his own is Robin. And Robin, I feel like he does a really good job of showing his teammates that he really cares about them. And that's why he's a fantastic leader. He has this, like, facility for leading. Robin, he just understands the team as a whole more. We're going to talk about the next episode, transformation. In this episode, basically, Starfire is going through a regular transformation that her people go through. She's getting like horns on her neck, really big feet, these honestly really T-nails that are like duck shape, like long duck with banding, like red and white and black banding. And she's basically like, "Oh my god, I'm hideous. My friends are not gonna love me anymore." And I feel like the Date with Destiny episode was a precursor to this one, because it was basically telling the viewer that they love each other no matter what, especially Robin. They have a special bond. And basically, Starfire is trying to go about her life, trying to enjoy her day. And just more and more things happen every day. And she's sad. She thinks she's hideous. She wants to be normal. And it's actually kind of sad to watch her, like, hide away and not go on missions because she feels like her friends would think she's ugly now. But this is an important episode to have, especially in shows that have like a friendship based plot. They're used usually to strengthen the friendship and strengthen the bond between the characters, because they want them to see that no matter what, they will be together. So basically, Starfire, she just can't handle it anymore, and she goes off into space. She's sad and she's heartbroken because she thinks she'll never see her friends again. So she goes off into space. She's wandering planet to planet, going the most heinous route, because she's going every which way just to get to the planet that was right next to her. And she's going to each one. They're like hunting her down. They think she's a monster. It's not helping her self-esteem. Meanwhile, she went on this specific place that had this fucking carnivorous ass plant, and she's running from that bitch. But there's this other person on this like place, and they're like kind of scary looking. And they like appear to her, and she's like, "Oh my god, you're so beautiful. I wish I looked like that. My friends, I'm scared that they're not gonna accept me for what I'm turning into." And basically, this bitch, lore dumping as hell, is like, "You know what? Yeah, that's normal. You are literally overreacting." And she's like, "This is I don't remember what they specifically call it." And she's like, "But my sister went through this, and she only was like that for she was only like purple for like a couple days." And basically this bitch is like, "You're special, babe." And I'm like, okay, period. My girl, I always knew my girl was special. Does it feel like the camera got higher? I don't know. And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then this bitch is like, "You're a very rare breed of Tamaranian. You are gonna turn into a chrysalis." Like, oh, And she basically starts turning into it right then. And this bitch turns into a fucking spider. It's always a spider. And she's like screaming, like, and I mean, she's terrified. And like, it's kind of like one of the most realistic screams I've ever heard in a kids show. Like, she's bleeding in the studio. Like, she needs help. Like, they were like, please make the scream realistic. If the producer thinks you're dying, started this plan. We did good. Basically, like, we gotta go find her. And they're using the T-sub. We've seen the T-sub before, I'm pretty sure, in another episode before this. And Cyborg's basically like, oh, sweetie, I'm gonna try, but we might just die. This bitch was meant for deep sea, not deep space. And Robin's like, I don't care. We're gonna go get Starfire because we are her team. And that's what I mean by, I think Robin is like very like team oriented. Like, he loves his team. And that's why he's such a good leader. But they basically go around and they're hitting the same places she was. And they're basically like showing like all the specific interesting things that are happening to her body to the locals, and she's not finding her. But on the planet where she's about to get fucking eaten, she's like almost fully in her cocoon. And when she's fully in the cocoon, that's when she wants to eat them. I don't remember what they're called, but there's like a something chrysalis eater. Basically, they bust in right on time. They're like, stop right there, give us back our friend. And she's basically fully covered now, and they're battling this hoe. She's like, this monster real strong, like real strong. And Robin is basically talking through the cocoon, and it's like, hey, are you okay in there? And she's like, just leave me here. I'm just so ugly. You guys aren't going to love me anymore. And Robin's like, oh, sweetie, like, we love you. Like, we love you. We're your friends. We are going to love you no matter what you look like. And I feel like, oh, like, that's your man. He obviously is in love with you. I don't know if I'm delusional, but I don't know. He sounds like he's in love with you. But he's basically like, we're going to love you no matter what. So it's okay. And he basically breaks the cocoon open. And he's like, plus you look fine to me. And she's back to normal. And she's like, flies out. And she's like, yay. And she unlocks this new power where she basically can zap people with her eyes. I thought a bitch could already do that. But apparently not. Like, I would like, they revealed the power and I was like, what? Okay, I guess. Whatever. And, you know, everything's right in the world. She starts whooping ass. She beats that thing up. And they go home. And everything is lovely. And the previous episode was such a great precursor because it really establishes Star and Robin's relationship as one of basically the main couple, or the main will they won't they, because it's just so very romantic. And I really hope they do get together or do have some kind of moment where they discuss a relationship and it's like either not in the cards for them or they're basically just want to stay friends, something like that. Like, I hope they have a moment like that. They deserve it. But it's a great precursor because it shows that Robin will always be there for his team and for Starfire specifically. Because him insisting on using the T-sub, which, love Cyborg for naming everything T something, because he could easily just name it the Psy-sub. Like, come on. But it really shows that he will ride hard for his team and that he will do what he has to do to help them and protect them. And that leads me to the Slade and Tara section of this video. This video is already a little long, so I respect if you just wanted to be here for the romance, but I would really appreciate it if you stayed for the Tara and Slade section. Because I'm actually kind of excited to talk about this. I wasn't really excited before, but I'm excited now. Slade and Tara. You know him, you love him. Probably not. I don't trust you if you love Tara. I don't like Tara whatsoever. I never liked Tara. I felt as though her weird, like, what do you call it, rivalry with Raven was based off of Beast Boy, and I didn't like that. I actually skipped the episode when she first came, but I kind of remember it. I don't remember what the episode is called, but I kind of remember it. And she basically comes, she can't use her powers. Raven doesn't like that she can't use her powers, and she puts her friends in danger. And the way the way Tara is referring to Raven not liking her because of this reason is so ignorant and disrespectful. Because Raven, she's like the Robin of the group. She is troubled. Robin from One Piece specifically is what I'm referring to. She's troubled. She comes from a hard past, and she wants her friends to be happy and alive, because without her friends, she just has her father. And she meditates constantly to keep her powers under control so she doesn't put them in any type of danger. So seeing this girl who, and now I'm specifically referring to the other episodes. I don't specifically have an episode, but it's kind of just the rest of season 2. But seeing this girl talk about how she has her powers under control in such a short amount of time, and how she doesn't need them to be perfectly under control. Like, I get why it irks her so much, because she knows the struggle, and that's part of the reason why she liked Tara, or came to like her later, because she knows the struggle of being powerful and not having a home. And I think that is so magical to add that vulnerability to Raven's character, because she's usually seen as like stone cold, or the kind of this deadpan relief to, using book talk words, the Teen Titans, to kind of throw off Beast Boy's intentional laugh factor. But I think Tara is a terrible character. And she's a good character in the sense that I hate her. But she's a bad person, and I don't like her. When the Teen Titans decided that they were going to take her in, I actually really loved that. It shows that they are a loving team who are there for people's flaws and aren't afraid to help people be better, which is probably what happened to Raven, or even Cyborg or Beast Boy. Like, they were there to help them be better because they couldn't be better by themselves. But for her to betray them in that way after they did so much for her is genuinely irking to me, because I am I don't know how to describe it, but I'm the kind of person who, if I'm watching a TV show, I'm a character in this show. How could that bitch do that to us? So me having that kind of idea just makes it even worse, because how fucking could you? How could you? Because even when Tara was picking them off one by one, thinking she was killing them, please, she was like, yeah, Raven, she was like, yeah, you trusted me, and I know that hurt, so yeah, ha. And Raven, she got so mad, and she was like, we trusted you, we gave you a home, we loved you. And that is so real. It's heartbreaking to see that such a like dead character, or a character, ooh, these are tight, or a character that is supposed to be seen as kind of stone cold feels that way about another character, especially so soon, because she does say that it took her a while to start liking Beast Boy, and that's really sad. But let's kind of just get into it. Tara basically runs off. Then she comes back, having learned how to use her powers from Slade. Slade uses her as her apprentice, but only after Slade tries to recruit Robin instead. Thoughts on this? Slade is a loser with a capital L. Loser. He's a loser. He decided to take Tara, and this could just be my opinion, but he decided to use Tara not because he genuinely believed that she was a good match for his power, but because she's the exact opposite of Robin, and basically wanted her to infiltrate Titan's tower because she was a weak person. And he basically, I feel like his motive with Tara was to get to the Titans and to show Robin, like, haha, I can get by without you. It's kind of like when you date a dude and he does you dirty, but he doesn't care. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to date a girl that's completely different from her to get under her skin. And once it doesn't work, he starts getting angry or reverts to picking on you or your friends. Like, that kind of loser mentality is what Slade is subscribing to. And Tara, she is, I'm just going to list off some of the ways I believe Tara is completely different from Robin. Number one, Tara is blonde and Robin has black hair. She's a girl, he's a boy. But the more fundamental reasons, Robin isn't weak. He's a smart person. He's a loving person. Not saying Tara isn't loving. She sure could have the capacity for love. But Robin has the idea of love that is stronger than hers. Because he's already realized that his love is with the Titans. And there is a time where he basically does join up with Slade, and Beast Boy does use that against him to get Tara a second chance. He said, well, Robin was basically saying that Tara is a criminal and we can't trust her. And Beast Boy was essentially saying, well, you were with Slade once and we didn't give up on you. And I actually really hate Beast Boy for saying this. I don't hate him as a character, love him down. But he's wrong for saying that. Saying that Robin joining with Slade is inherently what is happening with Tara is wrong. Robin, if anything, joined up with Slade because he wanted to get information about him. And he wanted to protect his, oh god, that's really close to my fucking eye. And he wanted to protect his friends. You guys had nanobots inside of your bodies. And I'm not sure if they knew that. And they just believed that he joined up with him for the shits and gigs of it. But that was really cringy. I'm so sorry for saying shits and gigs. And I really hate him for saying that. That was disgusting. But it gets to Robin and he's like, okay, we'll go for it. I'm not doing white rollers anymore. Should I do white rollers? I'll do white rollers. And he basically is trying his best. But Tara beats them up, basically closes the earth on Beast Boy, drowns Raven in mud. What happens to Robin? I don't remember what happens to Robin, but just something just as heinous, most likely. And they basically come to the conclusion that fuck you, bitch. And I was so happy when they came to this conclusion. Like, I was at school and I was basically telling my friend, like, I'm so happy they hate her because I hate her. And I was so happy that they were finally coming to their senses. Like, yes, hate that bitch. But I was basically telling my friend, she was like, yeah, I can tell that you're really excited. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, this bitch is so dead. And then they started beating her ass. Like, I mean, like, they were taking turns juggling that bitch around. And she wanted to talk about some Beast Boy. Wait, bitch, fuck you. You tried to kill him and his family. Like, huh? I think the fuck not. Robin is self-assured. He isn't insecure about his power or his responsibilities within the team. He knows who he is and what he wants. And he wants justice. Tara, she's still susceptible to this kind of idea, even though she was rethinking it when she took Beast Boy out. I'm done. See, the front looks okay, actually. Like, the front always comes out looking not that bad, but then the back. But Slade is a freaking loser. And Tara is no better. She's a terrible friend and a horrible person for throwing up her friends on a silver platter for Slade, knowing that he was probably their number one enemy, knowing that they gave her a home and gave her a place to stay, knowing that she had an obligation to them to be a good friend. because they were good friends to her. It's frankly a great way to make a character get hated. I think Tara is one of my most hated characters. And that's actually really impressive because I can, not that impressive. I can sometimes find something that I don't hate about a character, but it's not often. We are gonna do makeup later. I'm gonna see you when it is around maybe 3 o'clock. It is 11:07. It took me an hour to do this. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Tara and Slade are the worst. My phone is dying, so I'll show you guys the final product later. Taking these bitches out of my head. I'm so excited. They hikey hurt. Let's see if I can prop y'all up. The box they were in before. We always go from back to front. Back to front. I'm also gonna be looking at this mirror. It's working. Right now it is 3:58. I was really dilly-dallying. Probably shouldn't have been, but yeah, it probably shouldn't have been, Mikey. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. I somehow got this one to point exactly at my skull, so now I can't get it out. Got it. You want to roll them out like so. You don't want to stretch them out because that could mess up the curl that you literally painstakingly worked on. With your arms above your head for an hour. I'm really trying to do like the circular motions, but there's so many freaking pins in my hair right now. It's actually crazy. It's on my head, dude. Because the other JRTC kids that are actually still in JRTC have to wear a uniform. Yeah, I don't have to. There's literally makeup smeared on my shirt because I juiced out my beauty blender onto my shirt because my towel was in the washing machine. No, where this will it away. I just recently started combing them out too, and I really like it. Like, I prefer it combed out. Whatever I was doing before wasn't really it. Oh. Sorry. But my cousin's supposed to look for a dress for me because mine are kind of ugly. Like, if she doesn't find anything good, then I'll have to like use this black one. And it's not ugly. It's not really dressed in the slightest. It's just like, it's like not super elegant, you know. It's, oh fuck, ooh, ow, that hurt real bad. This is not elegant. Not like elegant. Like, who am I if not elegant? That was a little cold, so it's probably pretty fresh from drying. I think I'm going to comb it out. Can I get the dress on? This one's tangled. Still looks good though. I want my rollers to be linked up. But then when they are, I'm complaining about how painful they are. Because they are fucking painful. As cute as they are. This motherfucker hurt. Yeah. Yes. I never played. We marched. Yep.